Hi chaps, you alright?
Yeah.
Hello. What's going on there?
I was just been fired drone over the back of the station effectively.
Oh right.
We've got concerns as being detained and searched under Terrorism Act in regards to that.
Yeah, fair enough.
In relation to drone regulations and that.
Yeah.
Be able to view the footage is taken, see what it is.
Okay.
That kind of stuff really.
Yeah. Hi sir, my name's Peter Gibson, I'm police officer at Newbury Police Station. Okay, attached to the Royal Crime Task Force. Right, I'm also a drone operator, pilot. Alright, so I'm licensed to fly drones for the police.
Okay.
Can I see your drone model, please?
Yeah.
Made any modifications to it at all?
No, I haven't.
No? Okay, so it's just got regular payload of a 4K camera gimbal. Alright, you've got a micro SD card in it.
Yeah.
That still keeps it within regulation. So actually, it falls under a toy. So do you know how much it weighs?
249 grams.
Okay, do you know what the legal limit is?
250.
Yeah, exactly. There we are. I'll give you that back. Huh? Yeah. So they made it specifically that it would fall under the toy category. See, so that it could be flown anywhere. All right. Have you made any risk assessments in relation to your flight still today?
Any risk assessments? I
Yeah.
mean, in the sense that, you know, don't try and fly it too low, not near any residential area.
Okay.
Civilians, citizens, what should I say?
Yeah. So do you know how far away you have to be from people?
50 meters.
How far away from buildings?
So 30 meters. I'm not 100% sure. I'll be honest. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Have you got any qualifications in relation to flying drones?
No.
No. Do you know that you have to have any for a certain level of drones?
I think a certain amount you do, but not for this one.
Not for that one, no. Okay. You still have to. So where have you flown it today? Can you explain where you've flown it?
Above the police station.
Yeah.
A little bit further. A little bit around here.
Okay.
And then just landed it down there.
Yeah. Alright. So
Yeah.
you've hit a tree?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you've hit a tree, which tree did you hit?
That one, that's the lamppost.
So actually that's quite reckless. So that's technically an air traffic collision.
Is it?
Okay. So are you registered?
So far this sounds like a routine conversation about drone regulations, but pay attention to what's happening beneath the surface. The officer starts with friendly technical questions about weight, cameras, and registration. On the surface it's educational, but experienced auditors know these conversations can quickly become evidence-gathering exercises. The key question is this: is the officer simply explaining the rules or building a case for enforcement? That's the tension that's about to unfold.
No. So these are unmanned. So you're technically, by the letter of the law, you're a pilot of an unmanned aircraft. Okay.
I thought it was a toy.
No, they fall into their toy category. Right.
Didn't really crash anything, did I?
Well, you've had an accident.
Haven't had
You
an
still even
accident.
have
Does it look like there's been an accident?
Well, you've just told me you crashed it.
He told you I crashed it.
Oh right.
What, me crashing the thing? Nah.
Yeah. All right. So still under civil law, for the Civil Aviation Authority, your drone still has to have an operator's ID license attached to it.
You said that's under civil law, is it?
So civil law, yeah,
Okay.
because but they can still criminally prosecute you.
Okay.
Okay, because it's a Civil Aviation Authority. So what you need to do is you need to go onto their website. You need to register. There's like a £9 fee you have to pay.
Okay.
And you need to print, so like a little plastic label,
and then
your
stick it on,
operator's
yeah.
ID. And what you do is it goes somewhere like there,
Okay.
the inside of your drone.
I can do
so
that.
that's if you crash it, or it's involved in any sort of offence, or if it has any sort of impact with an aircraft and it gets found in the debris, it means that you can be tracked down.
Okay. All right.
And that's part of the governance of allowing people to fly drones.
Sure.
All right, that's why they're not as restricted anymore. You have to have that operator's ID. You then also need to have a flyer's ID number with them.
The operator's ID and flyer's
Yeah,
ID.
so the operator ID is for the person that owns the drone, okay, and the flyer ID is for the person who's piloting the drone. Okay, so if you buy a drone and you allow me to fly it, I need to have a flyer's ID, and the drone I'm using has to have your operator's ID on it.
Second,
So
hitting a tree has suddenly become an air traffic collision. That's a dramatic leap in language. Notice how the wording escalates from a minor mishap to something sounding far more serious. The auditor doesn't argue emotionally, he simply asks questions and lets the officer explain the claim. That's often the most effective response because vague assertions become much harder to defend when they're examined closely. Would that description have convinced
things, okay.
Yeah, you've got this terrorism.
So it's been told that, okay, so these officers have decided to search you under the Terrorism Act. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
you're flying a drone around a police station. It doesn't happen every day.
okay.
We have to be suspicious, don't we?
Yeah, I don't think we do, but
well, we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we weren't suspicious.
My interpretation of all this is that, in regards to drones, it's a civil thing, no police jurisdiction.
Well,
so actually, terrorism is the only thing we can discuss.
You're letting me get. You're jumping the gun here, all right?
Okay.
Okay. So they've chosen that act to search you under. All right. There's also other. So, have you provided your name and address? You haven't. No. All right. So under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act, anybody who is committing antisocial behaviour in the area.
Okay.
So
this is not antisocial at all.
Okay, but flying it round.
Let's not go down Section 50. I'm not going to give my name. You're not going to get my name. You might as well arrest me under Section 50 then.
Okay, but then you've also had a near miss with a tree which could have landed on somebody's property causing damage. I'd say that's quite reckless, really. Okay, it's also raining. It's quite windy. All right, it's probably too windy. If I check now, it's probably too windy to be flying. That's also quite reckless.
Okay, you still don't have any jurisdiction. Listen, I'm not giving details.
And under okay, and
you can give your details.
No, yeah. I'm not going to give details.
All right, and under Section 34, the inspector can also authorise any object that's been used antisocially to be seized. So we could seize a drone.
All right, get the inspector.
You haven't. All right.
So
I might do because you haven't risk assessed your flight properly. You've had a near miss. All right. You also don't have the right operator's IDs.
If I was
you
doing
don't
this
have
in a garden, you wouldn't care about a near miss. Is it,
right.
You're just a little bit hurt.
What you're doing is you're out in public and then you're putting members of the public at risk by doing that.
Well, what law does that come under then?
It's under the Civil Aviation Authority.
Okay, Civil Aviation Authority.
Yeah, so. But they can still process. So if you crashed, if you were flying, they're still the same people.
Who's the victim?
Sorry?
Who's the victim of my near miss?
You put the public at risk.
Okay, which specific member of the public?
So a member or even a jumbo jet over the top of us. Okay, if they have an aircraft, if they crash or a near miss, they still get investigated by the Civil Aviation Authority.
Am I still detained under Terrorism Act? It's been like 45 minutes.
There are Civil Aviation Authority rules covering drone registration in the UK. And depending on the aircraft and how it's used, flyer IDs and operator IDs can absolutely be required. But here's the important distinction. Explaining regulatory requirements isn't the same as proving a criminal offense has occurred. That's why the conversation keeps circling back to one question. Who actually has the authority to enforce what, and under which legal power?
Weighs?
249 grams.
Okay, do you know what the legal limit is?
250.
Yeah, exactly. There we are. I'll give you that back. Huh? Yeah. So they made it specifically that it would fall under the toy category. See, so that it could be flown anywhere. All right. Have you made any risk assessments in relation to your flight still today?
Any risk assessments? I mean, in the sense that, you know, don't try and fly it too low, not near any residential area. Okay. Civilian, citizens, or should I say?
Yeah. So do you know how far away you have to be from people?
50 meters.
How far away from buildings?
So 30 meters. I'm not 100% sure. I'll be honest. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Have you got any qualifications in relation to flying drones?
No.
No. Do you know that you have to have any for certain levels of drones?
I think a certain amount you do, but not for this one.
But not for that one, no. Okay. You still have to. So where have you flown it today? Can you explain where you've flown it?
Above the police station.
Yeah.
A little bit further. A little bit around here.
Okay.
And then just landed it down there.
Yeah. All right. So.
Yeah.
You've hit a tree.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you've hit a tree, which tree did you hit?
That one. That's the lamppost.
So actually, that's quite reckless. So that's technically an air traffic collision.
Is it?
Okay. So are you registered?
And here's where the encounter takes a dramatic turn. The discussion shifts from drone regulations to terrorism powers, then almost immediately to antisocial behavior legislation. Whenever multiple legal powers start appearing in rapid succession, it's worth paying close attention to why. Are officers identifying the most appropriate legal authority, or searching for one that fits the situation? That's exactly the issue the auditor is trying to clarify.